What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll just be talking a little bit about the preseason, what's happening, and my thoughts on the captaincy because I was in India when Pendles announced that he wasn't going to be captain next year. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's start off with the preseason and how the boys are doing. We know that they finished up last week. It's been Christmas. It's been a bit of a crazy period. First off, I hope everyone's had a good holiday period, a good Christmas period if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you've had a good little bit of a break from work and school and whatnot. But the boys look like, and look, I know everyone says it about their team, and I know it's always reported, but the boys look like they're flying, right? You just see it from the training footage. If you go on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, Jen's training buzz. She's always there at the ground, and she's always posting videos of the sessions and what the boys look like, and the transition work and stuff like that. And it just looks like we're ready to take the game to the next level. Now you got to think that last season, Craig McRae only had a couple of months to implement his philosophy and his way before the season started. And then you obviously tweak it throughout the season. Now he's had a full preseason, a full season, and now he will have another preseason to tweak the little things that weren't really working last season. And, you know, those things include we should be smashing the teams that are lower than us, like not smashing them by 60 points, but, you know, like Kangaroos, like Adelaide, Gold Coast. We shouldn't have had to have come back to win those games. We should have just won them. You know what I mean? Holding on to leads a little bit, scoring more, the accuracies, because our transition work is really good, and that the teams are going to kind of know what we're about with that transition work. So we've got to shift it a little bit, which you can see that they're doing in the videos and a little bit from Jen's training buzz. Again, I'll link it down below, but it does look very exciting. Now, in regard to the personnel, the new boys, they're going really well according to the videos and according to what Collingwood are saying. No real injuries to report. Obviously, there are some in the rehab group. Braden Maynard, Patrick Lipinski, Taylor Adams is starting to run again. Bo McCreary and a couple of other little niggles. The biggest one is Nathan Kruger has hurt his shoulder. There hasn't been any news about that, any sort of update. And then Jordan De Goey, obviously, he went in to clean up his shoulder as well, but he'll be back in January to resume full training. So they're the only two they're the only two recent injuries. They're not that very, very big injuries, which is good. Rehab group is going well. Now, what I'm really excited for, and you'll see the video pop up now, is the guys doing extra work. The Dacos brothers, Isaac Quaynor, looks like he's ready to take his game to an absolute another level. Now, Quaynor has been slowly building. Had a really good season last year off that halfback and then giving us that run and dash. I don't think he pops into the midfield, but he looks bigger, he looks stronger, he looks fitter than he has ever. And now he's ready to command that half-back line and cement himself. Not he's already cemented in the Collingwood 22, but cement himself in the AFL as a genuine, very, very, very good halfback, because he really is, and he's a quick, speedy defender as well, which we love. He just gives us that dash and that dare that propelled us to new directions this season. But the one guy I'm very excited for is Tom Mitchell. Now, Tom Mitchell was played out of position at Hawthorn. You know, couldn't get his body right. He battled a couple of injuries and stuff like that. Hawthorn, he was down the pecking order. But look at him now. He is just working his ass off, and he looks like he's 25 again. And he's not. He's like 29 or something. But he looks like he's ready to win another Brownlow. Like, I think, like I've been saying for so long, he is a Luke Ball-esque pickup for us from 2009 going into 2010. He is that in and under that we so desperately needed this season, and we have got it now. And he's a genuine ball winner. He knows how to use the ball. You know, he's not just not just going in to be a wrecking ball and that's it. He knows how to use it. He can find a goal as well. And he's that classy player that we desperately need, and now we definitely have. So the last thing we're going to talk about in this update is Pendles. Pendle stepped down as captain. We know this. He stepped down a few weeks ago. Like I said at the start, I was in India when this news broke. I was shocked, really shocked. I remember Pendle saying years and years and years and years ago that if he was to step down as captain, he wants to spend 1 or 2 or so years or a few years under the next captain, which I think is really cool. We definitely needed Pendles as captain this season with all the changes, a new president, new coaches, new assistants, just a whole new regime at Collingwood. We needed that stability, and Pendles was that stability. He has been, I think, for 9 years, since 2014, just captain perfect. Like he has personified the side-by-side spirit, a fantastic leader, fantastic captain, and the guys seemingly loved playing underneath him. They kept voting him in every single year. Now, who is next in line? I think hands down it's Darcy Moore. I love Darcy Moore so much. I think he is the next generation captain that we need, not only in football, at the football club, but in football itself. A free thinker, someone who is from our generation as well, who can propel this football club forward with his ideals, with his way of thinking. I would love that, and he's a fantastic player. We know this. He is one of, if not the most important cog in the Collingwood lineup. Couple more options. Taylor Adams could be a look. Has he passed? Not his use by date, but has he passed his? I don't know. Is he a bit too old now for a captaincy? If they wanted a 1 year thing like Scott Burns, you remember when we went from Nathan Buckley, we did Scott Burns, then we had Nick Maxwell. Do they want a year thing? Taylor Adams could be that guy. Jeremy Howe could be that guy. Tom Mitchell, not that it'll be Tom Mitchell, but you know what I mean. Like a 1 year thing. Maybe they give Jeremy Howe or Steele for a year. But Steele said the captaincy is probably past him. I don't think they're looking for that interim captain. I think it'll be the captain for the next 10 years. Braden Maynard could be very much in with a shout. Love the way Maynard goes about it. We know that he has that white line fever. Probably very different to how Darcy Moore would lead the team. But Braden Maynard as a captain, and he said he wanted to be captain in an interview a few months ago, would be absolutely huge. And we've got to think that, yes, there's captain, and they're the sort of face, but there is a leadership group. So it's not just my way or the highway. There's a whole bunch of people and vice captains and stuff like that. But my vote is for Darcy Moore. Who do you think should be the next captain of the Collingwood Football Club? I promised I'd give you another video, so here it is as the pre-season comes to a halt and it will resume in January. But let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you think is going to impress the most next season? Who do you think is flying on the track? You've been watching them, and who do you think will be the next captain? Let me know your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double checkers. I'll swoop you later.